Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois in our nighttime edition. Thank you, UPS. We are unpacking these comics as we speak on Tuesday, February 18th. Everything you see here goes on sale first thing in the morning, 10 a.m. on Wednesday, February 19th. And we are starting off with some of the Spider-Man half-scale resin busts. These are gorgeous. They're fantastic. They're from Marvel Legends. There's only 1,000 of these made. It is what you see. They are beautiful. They are gorgeous. It is wonderful and fantastic. On next to the graphic novels and magazines. First, we're going to start with Star Trek Voyager, celebrating the 25 years of Voyager. That's the new issue that's out tomorrow. And then next up, we have from DC, number 3 of 3 total of the Comics for Everyone. Superman Smashes the Klan. Pretty self-explanatory there. New graphic novels in this week from DC, Batman Arkham, Victor Zsasz. Then from Image, we have Ice Cream Man, and that is volume 4 of Ice Cream Man. And then from Marvel, we have a graphic novel, kind of manga-esque, Thanos, the Infinity Siblings. And so that is that. Comic books. We start off this week with from Marvel with 2020 Machine Man. Looks very interesting. Next up, also from Marvel, issue 5 of The Amazing Mary Jane. And she is amazing, let me tell you. The fantastic Gwen Stacy variants for The Amazing Mary Jane issue 5. And then we all have our own American Jesus issue 3 from Image Publishing. DC is up next with Aquaman issue 57. And as always, the variants for Aquaman issue 57. And then from Archie Comics, we have, oh my God, Archie meets the B-52s. And that's the variant cover in case you're wanting to go down to the Love Shack with Betty. DC is up next with issue 89 of Batman. And as always, the fantastic variant cover for Batman issue 89, one of our top 5 covers of the week. Well done, DC. Next up from Titan Comics, Blade Runner 2019, which is ironic because it's now 2020, but it's issue 6 of that. So they managed to get 5 out during the actual year of 2019, but that's a whole nother criticism we'll save for another day. Next up from Valiant, and if you're not reading Valiant, there's something wrong with you. We have Bloodshot issue 0. Upcoming movie is soon, so get you some Bloodshot. Next up from Scout Comics, we have some Canopus, issue 1. And I said that quickly and all together so that there wouldn't be any trouble. Marvel is up next with Captain Marvel, issue 19. I'm sorry, Captain America, issue 19. And then, as always, the Gwen Stacy variant, which is just gorgeous. Almost made our top 5, but it just couldn't. And you're thinking, why couldn't that be in the top 5? Because this one made the top 5. Captain Marvel, issue 15. Just a fantastic cover from Marvel, who are beginning to up their game. They're beginning to be a real publisher again, and we like that. And then, of course, we have the Gwen Stacy variant, which is less badass than the regular cover on Captain Marvel, issue 15, but still good nonetheless. Next up, also from Marvel, because it's a month for them to make a lot of money, is Conan the Barbarian, issue 13. And I think that's where he begins to split the atom with his broadsword. Then from Dark Horse Comics, we have Critical Role, issue 5. Marvel is up next with issue 18 of Daredevil. And then the Gwen Stacy, We're Gonna Dance on the Playground Daredevil variant for issue 18. We all love that scene. Next up from DC, issue 1 of Deceased, The Unkillables. And then, as we always do, the beautiful variant covers, just fantastic. made our top 5 covers of the week, but it wasn't the number 1 cover of the week because this week's number 1 cover, and it is a tie, but the first place overall in Mr. Fox's heart is the Wonder Woman Deceased Unkillables number 1 variant. Just a gorgeous cover. Whoever did that for you, DC, keep them on staff. Next up from Image Publishing, Rick Remender's Deadly Class, issue 43. Everything Remender is great. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy Deadly Class. Marvel is up next with issue 3 of Deadpool. And then, as always, the Deadpool variant for issue 3. Then next up from Dynamite, we have Death to the Army of Darkness, issue 1. And then, as always, the variant cover for that as well, because we like variant covers, and, well, we just do more of them than anybody else, and so we like showing that off. Next up from Valiant Publishing, and if you're not reading Valiant, well, maybe you ought to think about doing that. We have Dr. Tomorrow, and that's odd, because when does that go on sale? Tomorrow. And that is issue 1 of Dr. Tomorrow. And then if you have that on your pull list, this is the issue you'll get of Dr. Tomorrow issue 1, because it's a different cover with more pages of content at the same price. Dynamite Publishing is up next with issue 12 of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Made our top 5 covers of the week, mainly because of the cleavage. Then Image Publishing is up next with issue 4 of Family Tree. Jeff Lemire tale, turning out to be a really good read. If you're not reading it, do yourself a favor. Jump on while you're only 4 behind, because it is a good read. Then from Marvel, we have issue 19 of Fantastic Four. And then again, as always, the Gwen Stacy variants, because Mr. Fox is a sucker for the Gwen Stacy variants. Boom Studios is up next with issue 14 of Firefly. Those of you that still can't admit that Joss Whedon ended it years ago, you can pick it up and relive those moments and pretend it never happened. DC comes up next with the final issue of Flash Forward. And then, as always, the variant covers, which almost made our top 5 covers. Didn't quite. It was a tough week. Next up from Marvel, Ghost Spider, issue 7. Kind of looks like the Pink variant, because Pink does that in concert a lot. Hangs from the rope and the things. That's a joke just for Mr. Fox. Aftershock Comics is up next with God Killers, number 1. And then from Albatross Publishing, kind of reminds Mr. Fox of Prom Night, The Goon, issue 8. The mystery revealed, and as always, the beautiful, made our top 5 covers of the week. Congratulations, Albatross. Great cover. The Goon, issue 8. Next up from Zenoscope, Grim Universe presents 2020. 5 standalone stories. And great cover on that. Should have made our top 5 covers of the week just because the multiple cleavage shots. But we'll just let that be because Mr. Fox was outvoted. Marvel is up next with issue 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. And then the Gwen Stacy variant. Again, just because Mr. Fox does those. And then the other variant for Guardians of the Galaxy is this guy right there with Thanos. Just beautiful. Next up from Image Publishing, issue 3 of Hardcore Reloaded. DC is up next with He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse, issue 4. And there's only 6 of those, so you still have time to jump on and get in on that action. Dark Horse Comics comes up next with Hellboy and the BPRD, issue 1 of 2, and it is the return of Effie Kolb. And then, as always, the variant cover for Hellboy and the BPRD as well, issue 1. Then from Titan Comics, from Oni Press, issue 49 of Invader Zim. And then from DC Black Label, we have Joker Killer Smile, book 3, and then, as always, the variant for Joker Killer Smile, and you can see it's a larger size comic than regular. They are the larger size Black Labels. Speaking of DC, Justice League, issue 41. And then, as always, the fantastic variant cover for Justice League. Also from DC, issue 4 of Legion of Superheroes. The fantastic variant cover for that, which did make our top 5 covers of the week. Congratulations, DC. Image Publishing is up next with Lucy Claire Redemption, issue 3. And then from DC Black Label, we have from Hill House Comics, The Low, Low Woods, issue 3. And there's the variant cover for Low, Low Woods, issue 3. Marvel comes in next with Marauders, issue 8. Also from Marvel, we have issue 1 of Marvel Voices. And DC comes in with issue 5 of Metal Men. And you can tell they're metal men by their mohawks. Next up from Image, we have issue 15 of Scotty Young's fantastic work, Middle West. Beautiful cover, top 5 cover of the week. Congratulations, Scotty and Image Publishing. Well done. Marvel's up next with issue 7 of New Mutants. Then DC's turn to come in with issue 69 of Nightwing. And as always, the Nightwing variant. Image Publishing is up next with issue 24 of Robert Kirkman's Oblivion Song. If you're missing Walking Dead, pick up some Oblivion Song. Image Publishing comes up next with The Old Guard, Force Multiplied, issue 3. And also from Image Publishing, On the Stump. And the variant cover for On the Stump, issue 1. Then from DC Comics, we have, as part of the Hill House Comics release, Plunge, issue 1, written by Joe Hill. And the beautiful variant cover made our top 5 covers of the week. I think that's Joe Hill's first top 5 cover of the week at Fox's. So congratulations there, young man. Just a gorgeous cover. And from Boom Studios, The Red Mother, issue 3. Gosh, when you stack them up like that, you really can't see On the Stump, issue 1 anymore. From Dynamite, we have Red Sonja, Age of Chaos, issue 2. And the near nudity almost put that in the top 5, but we saved that honor for the more cleavage-bearing, but more closed, tasty cover. Tasteful, I guess I should say. Next up from Marvel, issue 3 of Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. And as always, the beautiful variant cover there. Boom Studios is up next with Greg Pak's Ronin Island, issue 10. And you know what they say at Boom Studios? Ronin, Ronin, Ronin. Marvel's up next with issue 30 of Runaways. Some of their artists apparently at Marvel have taken that to heart. Next up from Image Publishing, issue 305 of Spawn. And it is part 4 of the Hell Hunt. Beautiful cover there, almost made our top 5. Not quite, tough week. IDW is up next with issue 10 of Star Trek, year 5. DC comes up next with issue 8 of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. And the whimsical variant cover for that. Then also from DC, issue 39 of Teen Titans. And the Teen Titans issue 39 variant cover. Very attractive. Didn't quite make the top 5. Also from DC, issue 7 of Titans Burning Rage. Sounds like Fox's waiting for the UPS guy today. Then from IDW, we have issue 103 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then, of course, the Eastman variant of issue 103 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. IDW is up again with issue 17 of Transformers, A Bold New Era. Then from Image Publishing, and if you're not reading this, you need to read this. So I'm just going to tell you now, it's only on issue 4, comes out tomorrow. You've got 3 to pick up. It's a great read. Do yourself a favor. Scott Snyder's Undiscovered Country. It's just fantabulous. The great variant cover that did make our top 5. Congratulations, Image. From Marvel, issue 8 of Valkyrie. And then the Gwen Stacy, not so well rendered variant cover of Valkyrie, issue 8. Next up from Dynamite, issue 8 of Vampirilla. Now, earlier I mentioned that our cover of the week was a tie. Why would that be? Was the competition that stiff? Yes, it was. From Xenoscope, we have Van Helsing versus the League of Monsters, issue 1. And I don't even have to say much about the cover. I just think it's a beautiful cover and it speaks for itself. Next up from Valiant Publishing, issue 3 of The Visitor. And if you're not reading Valiant, well, maybe you should reconsider. And then, as always, the pre-order edition. So if that's on your pull list, that's the issue you'll get from us. As if we have issues. Next up from Guardian Knight Studios, issue 5 of William the Last, Shadow of the Crown. And then probably one of the most anticipated releases of this week would probably have to be Wolverine, issue 1. And we'll throw a smattering of some of the variants by that we have for those. That's one of the variants. The Scotty Young variant. The Premier variant. A gorgeous variant there. Made our top 5 covers of the week. We got excited and thought this was a Popeye variant and thought that was a pipe in his mouth, but it turned out it's the party variant. So we were less excited, but still a great job by Marvel. Fantastic to get it and glad to have it. Next up from DC is the Wonder Twins, issue 12. And speaking of Wonder Twins, next is Wonder Woman, Black Label, book 2, Dead Earth. And that's the variant cover for Wonder Woman Dead Earth, book 2. And last but not least, also from DC, is the Wonder Woman Giant out this week. So as you can see, it's a big, big week for comics, big, big week for fun, big, big week for foxes. So get your butt down here on Wednesday, February 19th at 10 a.m. and we'll see you then. Thanks.